Another barn burner as we had last night at the Sydney Entertainment Center. This baby's just about underway as Liam Rush and Will Hudson go at it, and eventually goes to Mark Worthington. Idris De Leon, who of course nickname is too hard to guard, and anybody that tries to stand in front of him can soon figure out why. Nice pass to Will Hudson. No call on the contact. He gets the roll.
That's a good start for the Gold Coast Blaze, and I like the fact they've got full court pressure here. They really need to get into Daniel Dillon. He's not a natural point guard. Try and make him speed things up.
Ron Dorsey pulls up, steps back, comes up short. In almost every game the Melbourne Tigers run, he shoots the opening shot for him, and it's usually a difficult one. Idris De Leon and his pull-up.
That's a good point, Steve. Dorsey shoots so many jump shots, and he was a fantastic player last year. But I'm going to go straight to the stats. He shot twice as many threes as what he has twos, and with the athleticism that he possesses, he needs to start getting himself to the basket.
Yeah, no way that athleticism as Petrie scores and the Blaze score the first 4 points of the game. No way with Dorsey's athleticism should he be shooting twice as many threes as twos.
But he's fallen in love with his jump shot. And it's okay to do that because he developed as a three-point shooter last year. But he certainly can't give up getting to the basket.
Well, the Gold Coast Blaze have had 3 shots inside the paint. Dillon trips on Idris De Leon, no call. Adam Gibson outside the three-point line. He's off the mark. Cam Tragah reels it in. Dillon to Tommy Greer. Tragah. Tough shot for him, even in his book.
See, the Blaze are on song tonight. They're just playing with an intensity of trying to get to the basket. As you see that shot, a little party trick from Worthington. Good timeout from Trevor Gleeson to be able to talk about the first couple of minutes that have gone wrong. But they look good so far, the Gold Coast Blaze.
Sure do. The Gold Coast Blaze score the first 8 points of the game and force a timeout by the Tigers.
I've travelled the world and nothing compares to King Size Big and Tall. You won't find a bigger range of big brand names for big and tall guys like you and me. And King Size are big on service. Big range, big brand names, big service. It all adds up to that winning edge. That's why I shop here. King Size Big and Tall. CBD Brisbane, Mount Gravatt, Strathpine and Southport.
We're in pink here. Pink here. All right, pink. Back to man. Pink, back to man.
Joey Wright having a chat to his guys. He feels Daniel Dillon pushing the basketball. Daniel Dillon, Shane, isn't a great ball handler, but man, he's got some speed on that thing.
He's really developed. I like his game, but he's been thrown into the deep end here having to play a point guard position. He's a two-man that is a great defender, has speed like you're saying, and has a lot of skills and can play in transition, but he's not a point guard. He's a two-man that can handle the ball. And I like the fact that Joey Wright's talking about getting it out of his hands, pressuring and trying to make other people make decisions.
Worthington in front of the extended pressure that's trying to slow down Dillon. They get it to Greer, eventually to Liam Rush. And Daniel Dillon, I didn't even know that he could handle the ball as well as he does. And now all of a sudden he's the point guard. They missed him on a cut right there too. Dillon, who's very strong, shoots it just before the shot clock expires. That goes to the Gold Coast. Still, Melbourne Tigers have drawn a blank in a little over the first 2 minutes of the game.
They really haven't got too many good shots either. Traditionally, the Melbourne Tigers have been great at being able to run their sets over past years. The start of this game, certainly far from it.
De Leon, little pick and pop with Petrie. Shot clock down to 4. Great hesitation move. The floater is off the mark. Liam Rush. De Leon steps out of bounds as he tries to retrieve that loose ball.
See, De Leon missed that shot, but that's a better shot for him. He's been settling for the three-point shot too much as well, I think. And that time he used his hesitation, missed the shot, but he got to the basket, and it was a good look.
Dorsey goes back door, and then Ron Dorsey gets to the rim. And as we mentioned early, he needs to do that a lot more often. Good cut by him and a nice pass by Daniel Dillon. Gets himself to the foul line because everyone knows you don't get to the foul line much when you're shooting threes.
Well, the stat that backs that up, Steve, in 18 games, he's taken a total of 20 free throws.
No way.
1 a game from somebody with that sort of athleticism and talent. He needs to be aggressive. He should be going 4 or 5 times, 6 times per game.
Well, the last game that we covered of the Tigers, at the end of Ubaka's last game, Dorsey had 2 jams in traffic in their half-court set. So when he goes to the rim, that's a much better option. Another offensive rebound by the Blaze. Mark Worthington's pull-up jump shot is off. Burston with a rebound. Good job of kicking it out before he lost it out of bounds. Dillon motors it up, splits the defense. Strong finish, can't get the roll. Impressive move, though.
That was a great split. Defense came out hard. He found a way to the basket, as does Adam Gibson, exploring in transition. He's been exceptional this year, Steve. He has been the shining light of the Gold Coast Blaze.
And that just showed his maturity. A nice little hesitation there. Created that gap, turned the corner, and got himself an easy one. Dorsey wants a screen from Burston. Tough three-point shot, but he splashes it down. Ron Dorsey with a long-range 3. 5-point lead to the Blaze. Adam Gibson just goes the length of the court on some terrible defense by the Tigers.
And that's just amazing when you hit a three-point shot that the other team can run it down your throat and get a layup against a defense that should be set.
Rush telegraphs his pass, loses the handle, and it goes out of bounds to the Blaze.
Back to Ron Dorsey. He made that 3 after he had been to the free throw line and got a couple of cheap ones. And that's how he has to start playing, rather than the first shot of the game being a tough one.
Into the game for the Melbourne Tigers, we get our first look at number 45, Myron Allen. He's been around. He's been in China, as Trevor Gleason said, and that's how Brian Gorgon knew about his services, but he's also played in Mexico, Sweden, and the Philippines.
It's a tough ask getting off the plane today, this morning, not knowing any of his teammates' names or sets or anything. The opposition players are then playing an NBL game.
Rush into Cam Tragar. Cam Tragar with the fall away comes up short. They may have told him, look, you need to get the ball to Cam Tragar.
That would be good advice. That's a good shot from Cam Tragar. He missed it, but they need to get him the ball on the block.
Petrie. Reverse layup there, 14-5. Field goal shooting. Melbourne Tigers just 1 of 7.
Wow.
Rush into Cam again. Kicks it out to Dorsey. In rhythm. Just hits the backboard and the back of the rim at the same time.
That's never pretty.
Stephen Hoare has come into the game, gives it to Anthony Petrie. Garland tips it to Adam Gibson. Garland tips it again, but Ron Dorsey comes up with it. Here comes Allen. Allen has it deflected by Jason Kadee.
Just so you know, there was Stephen Hawes, 2,389 rebound over his 450 games.
Substitution, De Leon comes back in for Adam Gibson. Dillon gets it back from Tragar. Dorsey. Lucas Walker. He spins. Nowhere to go. Cam Tragar with a little sitter. And Cam just a little bit off the mark. Those are normally automatic for him. He leads the league in field goal percentage at 56%, so he doesn't miss those too often.
He doesn't. That's his game, and they're 2 good shots for the Melbourne Tigers. And he won't be too stressed about it because he's also leading the league in shot attempts. So there's no doubt he will get a few more up as he needs to in his role.
Jason Kadee, a little too hard off the backboard. Allen Tries to get to the rim. Finds Ron Dorsey for three. Good dribble penetration by Myron Allen.
No doubt about that, Steve. Put his head down, got in amongst three players, drew all the help, and then found his shooter on the perimeter. Good start for him.
Kadee to De Leon. Quick pass into Tom Garlip. He puts it on the floor. Tough fall away from the baseline. It's good by Tommy Garlip.
Hasn't played a lot of court time lately, Tommy Garlip, or particularly this year after a good year last year. But he's certainly capable of being able to get points on the board pretty quickly.
Allen creates space for himself. Jump shots off the mark. Stephen Hoare rips it down. Kadee ahead to Worthington. Worthington on a nice pass to Garlip. He can't get the finish. Fouls on Lucas Walker.
Interesting to see the Gold Coast going with 2 point guards with De Leon and also Jason Kadee. They'll be looking to get the ball up the court, use the mobility of their front court. They're really playing without a centre with Stephen Hoare in his 450th, and also Garlip and Worthington gives them the mobility of being able to go inside but come outside as well.
They got a wealth of guys that size. Most of them in the game right now, but of course Worthington and Petrie and Will Hudson. They're all about the same size.
They are. They can play outside. They can even swing to that 3 spot, but also play the 4 or 5. It's very much an undersized league, the NBL. It's the mobility this league needs.
Dillon splits the D, kicks it to Dorsey. Pulls up for another jump shot and drills that one. He's got it going tonight.
Well, he must have heard the commentary, because he's saying, we're saying he's taken too many threes, and he's hit 3 already in the first quarter. Considering he's shooting 30% from 3 for the year, and that's a good effort.
Well, he's going to have to continue to do that because he has all the Melbourne Tigers points. As Kadee scores with 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Great cut from Kadee, coming from the weak side.
Dillon tries to dump it off to Walker. Pass is deflected. There's only 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Still Melbourne Tigers ball. Inbound goes to Trigga. He's got to make something happen in a hurry. Tough shot for him. Worthington might have gotten away with a push in the back on Dorsey.
Got him. Hands in the middle. On the block out. Don't face him and block him out, okay? Good job.
Tigers thought the ball went off the knee of Mark Worthington. Garlip. Good, strong, aggressive move on Walker. You know, for a guy that hasn't played a whole lot of minutes, he's come in like he belongs out there.
Well, he certainly belongs out there. I think the thing is, he knows that if he doesn't get something done quickly, then he'll soon be riding the pine again. But you just wonder why Lucas Walker is playing so far up and in and not challenging Garlip to shoot the ball from the perimeter.
I think that happens a lot in this league. You know, when it's so important to contain the ball, keep dribble penetration out of the lane. Guys overplay a non-shooter, overplay a guy susceptible to the backdoor cuts, all for the sake of just pressuring for no reason.
Here, here.
Lewis. Allen's got to get it up. Eventually he does. Walker finds Dorsey. Lewis, he's coming there to shoot. He's like Williamson for Perth.
He's not bashful.
Comes in with his arm cocked. De Leon, a top 3 over the top of Myron Allen. Allen finds Lewis. Great dribble penetration by Myron Allen.
Well, he's done that twice now. You can tell he's got the ability to be able to get to the paint and then find the open man. It'll be interesting to see whether teams continue to help and whether he can also finish when he goes to the basket as well.
Good point. Dorsey with the quick hands. Can he gather it up? Gathers it up and jams. Oh, man, got a little carried away there. Called it before it happened. Who went up there with him?
Here we go.
Such an athlete.
Here we go, guys. Line up.
This is Garliff.
Line up.
And he gives him a push. That was going to be dumb if he didn't throw his hips out of bounds. Well, Ron Dorsey, he had two magnificent jams at the cage in Melbourne on Sunday night last week. And he has got most of the points for the Melbourne Tigers. Only Benny Lewis has a 3. But other than that, Ron Dorsey has the other 12.
He may have thought that he'd be next.
That's only funny because it's true. You know what it's like as an import. You're over in Greece.
Oh, yeah.
They got people running in and out of there. They get rid of you in a heartbeat over in Europe, so you know what it's like.
Certainly do.
The CBA in America, they used to have 3 guys sitting on the bench. Just in case you didn't play well, they had a uniform ready for him at halftime. Packed in the Melbourne Tigers to get them on par for a 100-point game.
And that's what Petrie adds. He can pull through and get to the basket, but he posts well as well.
Allen kicks it to a wide-open Walker. He can't get it. Kicks it ahead. Cadiz got to get it up in the air. Misses the layup. Rushed it. He had time